Hey, welcome back to Metalhead Speaking. Parole de métalleux en français sur Radio Cause Commune 93.1 FM Paris. We are back again this evening with a band from Austria, Ill Tidings. Hello, dude. How are you?
Hello. We're doing fine. Thank you for having us.
So, this evening I'm with Gabriel from vocals of Ill Tidings and Aquilifer, the guitar dude.
Not quite. It's Thorn, the other guitarist.
Okay, sorry. Ah, yeah, Thorn. Okay, you have a lot of bands too. Ill Tidings. It's a black metal project from Austria, like I said, but it's a black metal project on the ashes of Unholy Order and Satanic Order. Can you explain us where does it come from, Ill Tidings?
Ill Tidings started in 2018 when Gabriel joined on vocals. We were going through some changes in the band and also from the artistic direction. And we decided to change our name, make a new band actually out of it. And here we are. Ill Tidings is what we feel represents us better than the previous band.
Yeah, it's really a hard cut. So Ill Tidings has not really much to do with Unholy Order, with the previous project, but it has grown like out of the ashes of it, so to speak. So when I came into the band, our style changed quite dramatically.
All the members of Ill Tidings are veterans. You are all Rambo from black metal. Really, you make you work on a lot of band. You, Gabriel, you, Thorns, and the other members. Signa, Catharsis, Aquilifer. Sorry. You are all experimented guy. How does it help you on the work of Ill Tidings?
So for me, Ill Tidings is like my first really serious project. All the other bands before was like a warm-up, like development of myself. And now I really feel ready for this really serious project. And also you mentioned the other projects, and we also work quite a lot together on those. So we help each other out on live settings. For example, I played live for In Crucem Agere, and we bounce ideas off one another, and we're like a small circle of bands that kind of work together, let's say.
Yes, that's right. So like together with Gabriel, we have a project called Faravisa, for example, where he's on vocals as well, and I do the instruments. And yeah, I think there's lots of experience with different bands. You know, you just evolve as a musician and as an artist. It helps you a lot to more easily write new music.
Yeah, and that's also the way I entered to the project Ill Tidings through Paravisa, which is Thomas and I, our project. That was beforehand, and then I got introduced to the band, and from there it started.
Got a stupid question. What's the meaning of Ill Tidings? Simply.
It's like bad news. Like Ill Tidings is just English, and another way to say it is bad news.
Yeah, it's a more old-fashioned term.
Okay.
Yeah, that is also represented by our first album cover art, which is like the bringer of Ill Tidings. Like, he's a herald which brings the bad news. That's the idea behind it.
We will come back on your cover. It's a really beautiful cover. But
Thanks.
for auditors, I think we will listen one song now to get the situation of your band. So we'll listen the God from Elder Flesh. Let's go.
All right.
Hey, welcome back to Metalhead Speaking. We are still alive with Ill Tidings. Gabriel.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Oui.
Yeah, cool. My name is also Thomas, you know. That's not the anagram. You're singing, Gabriel.
Yes.
Your sing is really powerful. You vary between clean vocals and Archie's black metal voice. Sometimes it's pure craziness. Sometimes it's just despair. You are singing in English, German.
Yes.
And what is your work for singing like that? What is the behavior? What is the emotion that you wanna give?
So I really love to experiment with my voice, and I do it for quite some years now. So as far as inspiration goes, I really love depressive black metal, which you said, it's this high, crazy voice. And also, as you said, different types of clean vocals. And I like to switch between them. For my expression, I think it's really self-hatred. Hatred in general is despair. It's the darkness in the world that feeds me, you know, for this kind of art. So it has to be dark and hate is the center thing for me.
What do you hate? What do you hate so much, in fact?
In my art, I would say mostly myself.
Oh.
But also everything. But everything is just a reflection of myself. So everything comes back to myself. So don't worry, I'm not depressive or in my real life or something like that. But it's just an artistic expression that's really powerful. And I don't know, it just gives me comfort. And it's more meaningful than like happy vocals, I think. It's more deep.
Is Ill Tidings a trip into the deep existence of human?
Yes, that's a huge part of it. And it's an exploration of yourself and also the world through that lens of hate, I would say.
How do you explain the cover? Because we see a knight on a horse, and the back of the horse is just skeleton.
Yeah. So I see that figure as like the bringer of bad news. You know, that's also our band name, Ill Tidings. So it's like the good and the bad, but that's the withered away from the horse, and it's like this dark figure that like presents and is the messenger for all the dark things which exist within ourselves and the world. That's how I would put it, but
yes, I can agree to that, and it's also reflecting well with the album title, Signa Tenebris, which can be translated as a sign of darkness. So you have this, this half-dead herald that brings the bad news and says that everything goes to shit.
Yeah, we feel a lot the melancholia in your music and the power. The power come with drums, of course, and of course, please, with the guitar riff. They are really musical and sometimes aggressive. Yeah, you told to me it's black metal, but we feel we have the deep sensation that that you are not newbie on guitar, and it's not your first album, it's not your first try. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you very much. I've been playing guitars for almost half of my life. So started with the age of 16. So I do have played lots of guitar in my life. So there's lots of experience. I also learned with help of a music teacher. So because of this, I do have a certain musical education as well, which also helps a lot in writing music, I think, at least. And when writing songs, I mean, I'm not the only songwriter in Ill Tidings, but also when I contribute to something else, I like to experiment a lot. Not just playing the same riffs over and over again that every second black metal band is playing, but just trying to find my own expression with this instrument.
Yeah, and Thomas is really our mastermind, so to say, when it comes to like guitar voicings and melodies. So he's really our creative force when it comes to melodies, I would say.
If we say Ill Tidings, it's atmospherical and melodic black metal, is it true? Is it false? Or do you have more influence?
It's of course true. I mean, I would not disagree, because of course there's lots of melodies in there. So we try to to create an intense atmosphere that captivates the listener.
Yeah, well, it's a mixture, I would say, between atmospheric is like a really one thing that defines us, also for ourselves, and also like this aggressive style, the fast drumming, and that's another thing. So it's aggressive and atmospheric at the same time. Mm-hmm. That's the goal.
Yeah, we like to keep this balance between aggression, chaos, and beauty to some extent, if you want to keep it that way.
So maybe I have bad words now. If you are against humanity, are you satanic, or it's just a joke, the Satanism?
No, personally, we are not Satanists. Yeah. We are, of course, against religion, but I think it is as stupid to be a real Satanist as it is to be a real Christian. So it's just we are atheists.
Yeah, in Austria, I think... I'm living in Switzerland for radio in France. Yeah, it's complicated, I know. For my point of view, in Austria, there are a lot of Christianism. So you grown in old-fashioned way Christianism. That's it?
No, I haven't. My parents were quite progressive, and I didn't have an upbringing that was Christian or religious.
No, same for me. But in general, yes, Austria is very, very Catholic country.
Is it not so strange to kick us religion? Because actually Christianism, Catholicism, or other religions are not so in a good health, in fact. I mean, the Pope doesn't have so much power, actually. And the state, Austria, the country of Austria, the country of France, is separate from religion, actually.
Yeah, mostly, yes. Not entirely.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, but I have to add that in Ill Tidings, we're not about Satanism at all. It's just the dark things in life, the dark things within ourselves we do not limit us with Satanism. That's like, yeah, of course, it's a factor in black metal because of the history of black metal. But for me, at least, I don't write satanic lyrics. That's not my style.
Yeah, and also what I would like to add is that even though we criticize Christianity and religion, it's not our main focus. We don't want to reduce our art to something so mundane, actually.
Yeah, it's more broad than that.
If I understand well, you are more like Gnosticism.
Atheists, actually.
Atheist.
So we don't believe in a God, personally. But God or Satan is not really important for our music. That's not the driving factor.
So you are looking deep inside you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like psychological, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of, yes.
What are you discover inside you, and what did you discover with your music about you?
So I think, like, as I said before, like hatred and self-hatred is like, hatred in general is a loaded, word. But for me, it is not always negative. It's just a really strong force that can change things. And also, these kinds of feelings has to have a place somewhere. And we like to explore that place.
Yeah. Also it's generally, also playing in Ill Tidings and in general making music is for me a very important driving force in life. It's something that keeps me going, not just necessarily within music, but in general in every aspect that I do in life.
Yeah. It's just, it's hard to describe with words. It's a feeling. It's like within this dark despair and abyss of your own, there is like a beauty, which is very fragile, and you can feel it. It's like you have engulfed yourself in the darkness to feel that kind of.
It's very cathartic.
Yeah.
Also when we just do rehearsals, then it's like you feel the energy when you play, and you have this wall of sound around you, and it's just liberating. And especially, of course, when we are on stage.
Like your song Chaos, Violence, Extermination. You flow away all these things.
Yeah.
I 10 or 15 quarter before we listen The God from Elder Flesh. What is the story behind this song? Because you make a clip. I don't know if you are useful with clip.
Yes.
Thomas, you wrote the song, so...
Yeah, you wrote the song,
Take it
Thomas.
That's right. I wanted to create something dark and sinister. It is... I would say that this song is probably the most anti-religious song so far. Because it's really about this monotheistic, Abrahamitic God that was invented somehow in ancient times and sort of destroyed everything before, every pagan way of life, and took, sort of power for itself.
The power from the flesh, it's not from psychological way, it's from material.
Yes, but I think it's something that goes hand in hand. I think it's difficult to separate one from the other. Also, it's like it's like a metaphor.
Yeah, that's also a huge thing with us. We like to leave lots of room open in our lyrics, both Thomas and I, because we mainly write the songs, the lyrics.
Mm-hmm,
sorry,
the lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's our goal, I feel like, to leave room open for interpretation. So we have this kind of picturesque style, which is very invoking of pictures in your mind. So it's not really concise story necessarily. It's more like emotions, pictures, impressions.
Creating impressions. Yeah. We play a lot with metaphors. More like to create some form of association.
Yeah. So to leave room for the listener to, like, we don't dictate what 100% we don't dictate what our lyrics are about. It evokes pictures and emotions, and that's up to the listener.
It's up to the listener to make his own images.
Yeah.
We will listen now. I need your help. It's the third track. I like a lot this third track, but I cannot pronounce it. It's Entfesselung.
Entfesselung.
Yeah, it's perfect. Entfesselung, yeah.
Entfesselung. Let's go. Cause commune 93.1 FM, vous êtes toujours sur Parole de Métalleux, Metal It Speaking, www.paroledemétalleux.com. We are still with Ill Tidings, and we have just listened, it's Entfesslung.
Yeah, you said it perfectly again.
Entfesslung. It means unleashed in English or
yes.
déchaînement in French. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
What do you mean in this song? We feel a lot the sadness from the deep of the stomach in this song, for me.
Yeah.
It's
like anger brewing within. It also stems from despair, and this anger brewing, and at one point it just breaks, and you just let your hate go and just kill everything. And there's this like scenario which is also very picturesque, to like enslay everything and just torture the world.
Is it good? Can be good. Sorry. Is it a good thing to throw away all this hate in murder?
In real life, of course, it's not.
Yeah.
I think we all agree. But like in art and in a controlled environment, it's really good and helpful to let these emotions flow and just to have this kind of ventil, like, for example, black metal music to go to, or literature or something like that, where you can really feel and engulf this. Because when you feel it and when you live it in music, you don't have to live it in real life.
Do you think it's a particularity of black metal to be so near, to be so intrinsically linked to anger and hate? Is it possible to make black metal without this thing?
I don't think so. No, I think it is, for black metal, it's definitely an important part, because black metal is always something that has, it is a sort of radical movement in itself. You can't make happy black metal.
Yeah, that's true. But also within these kinds of things, there is variables. So there's hate, of course, but there's also like despair, the abyss, and like depressive motives. Something like that is also appropriate. But hate has always a big place in black metal, and
in general, negative emotions.
Yeah, it's just emotionally driven music, and it's bad emotions.
So you don't think it's black metal, some kind of thing like post-black metal, neo-black metal? Is it not black metal if it is there is less anger inside, generally?
No, I don't dare to say that's black metal and that's not black metal. It should be open for interpretation for everyone to define what black metal is and what it is not. I can only speak for myself.
Yes.
For me, this kind of post-black metal, I would not really consider it as black metal. It has elements of it, of course, but it just it doesn't have the same expression.
Yeah.
The elements, but not the taste. Something like that.
Yeah, which is not to say that it's bad or something like that, but it's just
pure not what I
black
meant.
metal anymore. Yeah.
Come back to Ill Tidings. You make your album more than 1 year, if I remember well. 2 years. It's 2020.
Yeah.
Do you have plan to make... are you working on a new album?
Yeah.
We are.
Actually, our new album is locked and ready. It's finished. It's just a matter of when it will be released. So we can't tell you too much about it right now, but it will be like this year for sure.
Oh, it's a
yes, we have been working on it. In actually, a lot of the material was created during the pandemic and lockdowns, and we recorded it last year in summer, and it's planned to be released through our label, Cult of Parthenope, most likely within the first half of this year.
Yeah.
What do you change in this album from the first? What did you improve?
Well, I think it's
it's more mature in terms of songwriting, and I think we it feels like a natural progression of our first album.
Yeah. So also, what drastically improved is the sound quality. We had we were at a different studio, Liquid Ether in Germany.
Yeah.
And that really helped our sound to further develop it. So it's more dynamic, it's more rough, I would say. And we're really happy about it, and we can't wait to share it with all of
you can say the name of the album, please.
Can we, Thomas?
No, sorry, we can't yet.
Okay.
But soon.
Soon, okay. Do you plan?
But we can tell you something different. It's almost finished. We don't know yet when it comes out, but there will be a music video. That's all I'm gonna say.
Cool. Do you have planned to come back in live, maybe?
Yeah, we love to.
Of course. We do have one gig, which will take place in June in Vienna. And we are working to get more shows within this year. It's, of course, the last 2 years have been unfortunately impossible or nearly impossible to get live shows. We would have had a few which got cancelled due to this fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
But I think I think the situation will get better soon. So we are ready to hit the stage at any time.
Do you have plan to make a tour in Europe, States, or I don't know?
We would love to, but there are no current plans yet. And we would definitely love to come to France.
Yes. Do you know France?
Yes, a bit. I've been there a few times.
Yeah, me too. I've been in Cannes and in Paris as well.
I got some question because it's not can I say, it's not usual to have some Austrian guy to my mic. Yeah, thank you. Which band do you recommend to the auditor? Which band from Austria do you recommend? Okay, everyone knows Summoning. Okay, easy.
Yes. Yeah.
Too easy. Maybe Cult of Fire. It's easy too.
Fire is from Czechia.
Czech. Okay, sorry. So from Austria.
So the big thing you missed is Abigor, of course.
Yes, Abigor, of course. But Abigor, it's how can I say it's cult. It's cult.
Yes,
it's really cult.
They are veterans in the scene.
Yes.
So I would suggest, which is also a very popular band, is Dornenreich, which is more like softer with violin and also atmospheric and post. And also, if you want to go more like underground, I would suggest Kringer.
Kringer.
Yes, Kringer
I know
are
them
great.
personally. They're really great. Yeah.
How do you spell it, please?
Kringa.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
They also have very powerful live performances.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you think the metal generally from Austria have a special sound? Maybe the black metal from Austria?
At the moment, post-black metal is quite popular, I think.
Yeah?
Bands like Elende, Harakiri for the Sky and such.
I think very much overhyped.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they do have some sort of created their own sound.
Yeah.
Oh.
But otherwise, it's like, in a way, there are similarities to the German scene. Yeah.
That there is...
It's not that big a scene, so...
That there are different types, so it's difficult to pin down one certain style which differentiates the Austrian sound from, like you have the Norwegian scene or Swedish black metal. They all have their very own sound to them, but you can't really say that with Austrian black metal, I think.
Yeah.
For me, if you really want to put us for me the most to put it in a nutshell, let's say Abigor summoning a Mastigon. That's what for me represents Austrian black metal.
Yeah, that's our proudest band.
Yeah. We are on the end of the show. What is your message from the auditors? What is your message for saying to auditors, hey, listen, Ill Tidings, dude?
Well, we would like to take the time to promote our upcoming album. It will come out soon, and there will be news as well soon, and that will be really life-changing for us, and I hope also for all the listeners. So watch out for our new album. It will be great.
Cool.
Yes, this is just the start. We can also tell you we are already working on material beyond that album.
Yeah.
Cool. Gabriel, Thomas, we will say goodbye and we'll listen Damnation for the end. Thank you
so much
to
for
be
having
here.
us.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh, thank you. Merci. Merci,
Merci.
Thomas. Merci, Asmot from Austria. Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.